So it all happened in the Vedic civilization. And what was the reason for it? And the story is very interesting. Vedic people has observed life. In life, there are different stages, the different phases that you experience as a child, as an adult, and as an elderly person. You try to experience the life in all the colors possible. And in each stage of life, different things, or you give importance to different things. They thought of a lifestyle which is complete in itself. Following that lifestyle, you miss nothing. What are the things? The guidance is very important. So as you are young, whatever the guidance that you are able to gather, that has helped you along the way. So Vedic people considered or looked into life into 4 stages. The first stage is called as the Brahmana. The early stages of one's life is totally devoted into observation. You will start even learning your own language using the syllables in the beginnings, and with those syllables you start making words. Once you are started making words, then you will start framing sentences. So everything you go on observing. That is what you will notice when you see any children. That is why they ask many questions. They keep asking questions because there is eagerness to know. There is this eagerness for the knowledge. In the Vedic society, even the word Veda is very beautiful. The word Veda simply means to know. It indicates knowledge. In the Upanishad, they say, Nahi gnanena sadrisham. There is nothing higher than the knowledge. Knowledge is the ultimate. That is your backbone throughout your life. What you do is you go on refining your knowledge. You go on refining your experience. But foundation is needed for it. Somebody has to lay foundation for it. The beginning stages of life, education is very important. Do not think education as a means to get a job. Education simply means the skills that you need in life to make it more comfortable. Education is that it is molding you as an independent person. You are trying to be independent. That is why education is needed. Education is not needed to be dependent. It is molding you to become independent. And for this, awareness is needed. Awareness of all things around you is needed. In the time of Vedic society, they had a different educational system, which is called as Gurukula. A guru is needed, a master is needed to know he is going to pour all his essence to you. And this system of education is very beautiful. Why? Because there is no examination. You go to a school where you don't have examination, that is really wonderful. You can enjoy learning now. You don't have to think about the grades. The word Gurukula, the word Guru itself is very beautiful. The word Guru has come by observing the Jupiter planet. Jupiter planet is one of the biggest planets in the solar system. It is a symbolic representation, a man who is having the vast knowledge, like the vastness of the Jupiter, is considered as a guru. And also, it is having the more weight, which means a person having the knowledge who remains humble is considered as the guru. With the knowledge, if you become egoistic, then again you have not understood anything. And remember, you will not only learn only in the class. Guru is simply an inspiration, a motivation. Just being with him in his presence itself is an education, because the way he does everything has certain grace in it. So that is why it is called as the Gurukula, to be in the presence of a master, nothing else. Kula means the home. You just be at Guru's place. And why this education system is beautiful? Because it teaches you the skills that you need in life. How many subjects have you studied in your school? 6 or 8? Or more than that? Now in India it's limited. You study 6 or 7 subjects. But in Gurukula system of education, there is no limitation for the subjects. In Gurukula, you will learn to appreciate music. If you don't know anything about music, then it sounds very strange. Once I was making my friend to listen to Beethoven's, and he said, I have heard it. It used to come in the Tom and Jerry as the background music. The music goes up, suddenly it drops. It is simply like you're chasing somebody. If you don't know anything about music, you cannot appreciate. If you don't know anything about painting, then you will say that this artist has simply thrown the paint on the canvas, and you say it's an art, because the eye to see is not there. Education is simply that which allows you to appreciate everything around you. If you look at a tree, you appreciate it. If you see somebody playing an instrument, you listen to the music, you appreciate it. Education simply teaching you how to appreciate life. So this is very much important in everybody's life, to know how to appreciate life. Only if you have the knowledge about it, you can appreciate. So the first stage is totally devoted for the growth, both the physical, mental, and the emotional growth. And Guru is there to nourish it. In Gurukula system of education, you live together in a community. No more you are going back to the home, you are staying with your master. And what happens here is all the work that should be done in the Gurukula is distributed among the students. 2 days you have to work in the kitchen, 2 days you have to work in the garden, 2 days you have to take care of the cattle. So everything is distributed. So I was lucky to study in such an institution where you will know to appreciate everything. For example, as long as I stay in Gurukula, I never seen anybody throwing food away. And the reason is very simple, because those are the students who also work in the agriculture field. They know to get 1 grain of rice, we have to wait for 6 months. It doesn't really drop from the sky. And you have to take care of the crops like the children. Farmers, no, they take care of their crop like just the caring of the children. And to get any fruit, any vegetables, you understood its process. And you have put your work into it, your sweat into it. And when the food is given to you, you don't feel like throwing it away. You will see nowadays children, they are easy. If they feel full, they'll say, no, I cannot eat anymore. And if you go to any supermarket or super mall, you will see people eat half of the food and they leave it. Where in some places where there is scarcity of food, when you get the food, you don't appreciate it because there is no education of how we really get the food in front of us. So in Gurukula system of education, they'll try to take you closer to the nature. They'll allow you to learn from the nature. Those classes will not be held in the room, it will be under a banyan tree or a people's tree, where you are close with the nature. So everything that you do, learn in Gurukula, comes out of your experience. That is very important. It is not only from the books. It is through the experience that you learn. And when you are preparing the food, most of the time your mother prepares food for you and she is so eager to know how it is, and you taste a bit and say it's too salty or it is not that delicious. But you just try cooking all by yourself. Even if you have put more salt to it, you will force yourself to eat because you have put effort to it. So once you work in the kitchen, you know what are the things that you need to do, how much work has been done in transforming this raw vegetable into a delicious food. So you will know to appreciate. Gurukula system of education that is why it is so complete. They'll teach you all the subjects that you need and they'll ask your interest. Which one? They'll first give you the options. They'll allow you to experience all the subjects and they say you can choose one. And this option is totally up to the student, which subject he is going to excel in. Just because there is no examination, it doesn't make it easy. Why? Because the master has to tell you that you have learnt. When he says that you have learnt, then you have the permission to leave the Gurukula. Till then, you have to study with them until you excel. There is a very beautiful verse in the Vedanta. They are trying to explain the word education. They say, education is not cutting down a forest. Education is irrigating the desert. Through your education, you not only help yourself, but the whole society get benefit out of it. Education, you don't use it to destroy the nature, but you use your education to improve it. So that is why the first stage is very precious. It is the thing that molds your personality. All the ideals, the principles that you have in your life comes out of your childhood. And who is your first parents? The first teachers are your parents, because the child knows only the parents, learns everything from them. So, how they learn? It is not that you will make them to sit and teach something, no. They will learn through your behavior, how you are accepting life. So, the first stage of life is totally devoted for the education. It is for excellency, to go deeper into any subject. Why that is being stressed in the Gurukula system of education? They'll tell you, either you study completely or don't even start. If you start studying some subject, go deep into it. You have to reach the depth of the subject. Why? Again, whenever you travel deep into any subject, eventually you will find yoga in it. A musician finds yoga through his music. A painter finds yoga through his painting. It is all about learning to be meditative. Which you watch a scientist in a laboratory, it looks as if he is meditating. He is continuously concentrating in his microscope or telescope. He is doing the observation. So, whatever the subject that you choose it rightly, because it is going to affect whole your life. 80% of your life you spend it in your occupation. Only 20% is left for you. Even within that, you're sleeping, you're dreaming, everything is included. If you're going to spend 80% of your life in your profession, you should have a love affair to the subject. If you love music and if you become a musician, you never feel like you are working. You are always on holiday. If you have love for mathematics and you study it and you become a mathematics professor, then again, now the strength is gained. There is more possibility of experiencing meditation. If you hate your job, then those 80% of your life becomes punishment for you. If you are just looking towards the job just to fill your stomach or to have your livelihood, then it is not going to make you feel complete. You should have love towards the subject, towards the profession that you are into, and then it becomes joy for you. So Brahmana is from 8 to 25 years of age. roughly. It is not exactly from 8 to 25. It ranges from 8 to 25. So this is the first state of life where you are trying to learn. You are trying to gather the knowledge through which you are going to support yourself, your family, and also you are going to contribute something to the society in return. So the first stage is meant for the Brahma Vidya. See, already the hint is given in the very first stage. What do you consider as the ultimate knowledge? Knowing physics is considered as the ultimate knowledge, or chemistry, what it is? Yeah, anyone? Very good. That is the ultimate knowledge. Knowing the self means knowing the Brahman. That is already hinted here, that you are using your life, this journey, to know yourself. Through your life, you are not simply having the livelihood. Having life, you are trying to observe it, experience it in its totality. So, Brahmana means this is a phase of life where you put all your energy for the knowledge. You devote all your energy for it.